Okay. Okay. What is your grandfather's name?
Kurt.
Like Hert?
Kurt.
Kert. I thought you said hurt. Okay, Kurt. Gotcha. It's taking a second to come through. I can kind of see a little bit, but I want to make sure I see the picture full view before I tell you what I'm seeing, okay? Was he thin?
No.
Huh?
Well, he wasn't until the very end. And
Very
then
end. Okay, let me see if I can turn your sound up too, because you know what I might do? I'm just going to go ahead and stop playing that music because I can't hear you if it's playing, and I want to be able to hear you better. Okay. Let's see. Okay, say something so I can hear you.
he wasn't thin until the end when he was thick,
Yeah.
but he wasn't thin then.
Okay. Now, by thin, I don't mean frail. Not like
Yeah, no, he
skinny.
wasn't.
Yeah, that was not what I meant by thin. I
Yeah,
just
he was.
meant not big, like not a big guy.
Yeah, no, he was. But my other grandfather, in December of last year, was a thinner man.
Okay. How long's it been since your grandfather we're trying to connect to has been passed?
He passed the previous year, not
Oh, okay.
last year
So
before.
it's been like 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'm seeing something about the teeth, but I can't quite tell if it's that they don't seem like dentures or anything. It almost seems like um, I'm kind of seeing like one tooth is like chipped and the other one is not, right here in the front. Does that sound like him?
My grandfather that recently passed had dentures. I don't know about the other one. I
Okay.
know he had a fake eye.
Okay.
I mean, he was. I don't really know about his dental stuff. I know he
Yeah.
had some. He had some. I think he had maybe a partial or something, but
Okay.
maybe he had a. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't look like dentures, is what I'm saying. I mean, and
Yeah.
it may not be him. Have I explained to you how the process goes? I don't know if I got a chance to tell you that. All right. So once I open myself up, several spirits try to come through,
Yeah.
and because I'm available, I'm the vessel, I'm open. So several will try to come through. I have to describe who's coming to me, and if it doesn't sound right, then I have to push that one away until we connect with
Yeah.
your loved one. So if I'm
Yeah.
saying things that don't resonate, don't be discouraged. It just means this spirit is not your family member, and I just have to shoo them away. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this one's being very persistent, but I don't feel like the connection. Normally, I can tell if I'm connected to the loved one or not because the connection is just different. This one doesn't
Yeah.
feel like the right kind of connection. Let me keep describing. Scruffly hair on a chin.
Uh-huh.
Not like a 5 o'clock shadow, but not like a beard. It's like somewhere in between.
Uh-huh.
Does that sound right?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Not. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think this is him. I just don't have that feeling. Did he have big square glasses?
At times.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, it was always.
okay, let me keep trying then. It could be, but I'm just not feeling a strong connection.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, that was interesting because I could see a little bit of hair, and then now it's like not bald, but super short, almost like someone who's sick has really short hair. Did he have like very, very, very like peach fuzz, almost like hair on his head?
At the end when he was sick, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did he wear his square glasses when he was sick? Towards the end with his hair like that? Because that's the image I'm getting. The glasses, the hair not being very much, and then the shadow like type scruffly beard area. Do you know if that sounds like how he would have looked at the end?
Well, see, the thing is he was heavy, and when he kind of got diagnosed with cancer, he started wearing glasses, and then as he got sick, he was wearing the glasses, and eventually he stopped wearing them. And then he was living in Florida, and I didn't really get to see him through the process of being sick
Okay.
until we were going to see him and
Mhm.
say goodbye. And then he
Oh,
was
okay.
laying there. It wasn't with glasses. He was
Mhm.
just short hair.
Okay.
Had like almost.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So because it, what I'm seeing right now is not like it doesn't look sickly thin.
Yeah,
Just like thinner than I guess average.
yeah,
Doesn't look frail, you know, how you see like the older people with like the wrinkly skin. It doesn't look like that.
yeah,
It doesn't look like someone who is obviously thinly sick. It's just
yeah.
kind of just thinner than what would normally be for him.
Yeah, just
Do you know if he was like sickly thin or just
yeah. I mean, he was sickly thin. Like he went from like probably like 400 pounds big to very frail.
really?
Like yeah, like looking like 190 pounds, like over a few months. And then my other grandfather, I mean, he looked for the most part healthy. I mean, healthy 190, and there
Yeah.
was in front of us.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put this incense out. See, that's what I'm saying is I don't know, but here's the thing. A lot of times what happens with spirits is they'll show me a version of themselves that someone could relate to, and it may not be what they looked like when they passed,
yeah,
or they'll show me what they look like when they passed, and if the person didn't really know what they look like when they passed, they'll show me the last image of themselves that they would have known.
yeah,
I don't feel the connection with this one, so I'm going to get this one to
yeah.
go and so we can start over, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this one's tough. It's like slow process. Um, do you know if that was kind of his personality? Was he like slow to get to something, or was he like a
Um,
go 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 kind of guy?
it, the one I'm trying to reach was more the slow.
Okay.
Other grandfather was more the go go go.
Okay. Um, because it seems to be taking a little bit, and the spirits that are like ready to go like quickly are the ones that are coming up too fast. And it's almost like he's not getting his chance, but we're going to keep going, so don't get discouraged. Do you know if he was in a wheelchair towards the end?
I believe so.
Because now I'm seeing it's like a wheelchair and then an older man. He is very frail, very thin hair, and he's just kind of like leaned over a little bit. Like you could just tell he doesn't feel well.
Yeah, he couldn't really keep his head up or much at the end.
Yeah, I mean he's like very just kind of leaned over.
Yeah.
I'm slow, like it's almost like he's trying to lift his head up to like kind of look at me, but he's having a really hard time to look up.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing glasses on this one. Doesn't mean that you didn't have them. Just in this image, I'm not seeing glasses. They don't come to me in a physical form. Spirits in the spirit realm are not in physical form. They are their spirit, their soul. When they are on that side in the spirit realm, they only show me images of them to describe to my clients, so they'll know if this is, that this is them. So I'm not seeing it as if he's there. It's images.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did he have lung cancer? I'm getting something with smoking and lung. Do you know if he was a smoker?
No, he wasn't a smoker. I mean, he had several types of cancer, like several.
Okay.
I think it started with stomach, and then it was lung, and it metastasized everywhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of nauseous now. It's like whenever when they have me feel some symptoms that they were experiencing, I can feel it very strongly. So I've got, the nausea, but then even in my jawline, I can feel like, like whenever your mouth is sour and your jaw feels like it's just kind of puckering or something, I can even feel that. So I can tell he was nauseous a lot. I don't see him in a hospital room in his wheelchair, though. I mean, I'm not really seeing a room, but I'm not getting the impression that he's in a hospital room in his wheelchair. I feel like he's at home. Was he at home in his wheelchair at any point before he went, passed on?
Well, yeah, he was at home for quite a while before.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, somebody was taking care of him. He's a female for sure.
Yes, it's my grandmother.
Okay. Do you know if she, had to almost, spoon feed him?
She had to help him a considerable amount.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm almost seeing, he's still kind of hanging his head a little bit, and she's trying to feed him, and he's not using his hands. She is feeding him.
I think so.
Do you know if he had an oxygen tank?
I think, yeah.
Because I'm kind of seeing, a tank and then the thing that comes around, the cannula that goes around the ears and then into the nose.
Yeah.
I wish I could better see what's in the background so I could describe what room he's in. I don't know if you would even know the room he's in. Was this it was their home, but were they in a retirement home or something that...
No, they were at their home.
Their home, okay. I'm just not seeing the image, so I wasn't sure if maybe they were somewhere that didn't feel like true home to them, but it could just be that I'm not seeing the background yet. But what I can see is him in the wheelchair, the woman figure. I cannot see what she looks like, if she hasn't passed into the spirit realm or whatever, or if it's not relevant to me. They don't show me details. All I can tell is that it's a female figure helping him.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I can see that she is, okay, so it's like he's in the wheelchair, and then there's something next to him, and she's kind of in between that and him, helping him. Do you know if he ate in one spot or if it alternated? Because I'm kind of seeing a couch, but I'm also seeing a table.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay. Okay, so let me ask you this. What I'm getting the impression of is that he was being fed or taken care of in some way. Everything seemed okay, but then within a very short amount of time, he had to be taken to the hospital. And then he was in the hospital for some time before he passed. Not weeks or months or whatever. Just that he didn't get to the hospital and pass away.
Yeah, he was in there for a few days, and
Yeah.
then he was on life support,
Yeah.
and then decision.
Okay. So I kind of feel that when he got to the hospital and they got him set up, he started to feel not sick anymore, just felt better than he did at home. Maybe because they had gotten him some IVs and stuff like that.
They did their best to make him as comfortable
Comfortable,
as
yeah.
possible. And so when we all flew in from Maine and Florida and everywhere, to he
Okay.
was
Yeah, so definitely he was made to be comfortable. But then it got to a point where he wasn't comfortable anymore no matter what they were doing. And then he just went downhill. Like he started out, first thing that he was there seemed like he was getting to feel better. But then I just feel like it was not quick, like same day type thing. But it was just like he started to feel better. And then within 24 hours, he was back to not feeling good, and it just went downhill from there. I keep hearing code. Code. Did he code? Do you know?
uh,
To where they like had to rush in and put him on life support? Or was it a decision to put him on life support?
I think there was yeah, I
Like a
think that
code?
he came in, and then it was he came in because there was concerns. He was comfortable, and then when code was ran, and then it was like, okay, this is going to be it, and then they put him on life support, and
Okay.
then it was to try and make him as comfortable as possible too.
Right.
But
Yeah, because, yeah, like I said, I kept hearing code. It wasn't like a decision made between family members, let's put him on life support. It was like
yeah,
he coded and they had to come in and do it.
yeah. I mean, I didn't like when I said decision to be made, it wouldn't
Oh, no, I
necessarily.
know what you mean to like get him off of it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can tell that your grandmother's there. There's somebody else though with him. There's another female there.
I think that would be my aunt. She was there.
Okay. Because I'm seeing your grandmother sitting on the right side of the hospital bed, and then I'm guessing it might be your aunt's another female figure standing at the foot of the bed. I'm not sure why yet. I might get some information on why that's relevant, but that's just what I'm seeing at this moment. You might not even know all these details, but it's like a nurse comes in, seems to be doing okay, she leaves, but while she's in there, grandma's sitting there, aunt's at the foot of the bed, everything seems okay, but she leaves and within no time he codes. And they're very surprised, like he was just okay. Enough, he wasn't like coding kind of thing. Would you know that information?
No, I think I was still in Texas.
Okay.
I was still with him. He was in there probably before we all made it over there.
Yeah, okay.
Because at first it wasn't like, I mean, I think that's kind of what it was. It's just it was you. Well, we were the words right away, and then it was just like overnight we are all going.
Yeah. Was he a grandfather that you spent a lot of time with when you were growing up? He's kind of giving me an impression that you guys used to do something together. May have been you and all the kids or something, but something that you guys did together.
Yeah, him passing really hit me the hardest. I
Yeah.
mean, I had a close relationship with all my grandparents, but
Yeah.
and he was actually my step grandparent. He came in when I was 11, but we bonded pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and we had a strong connection. And when sorry,
That's okay. I understand.
when he passed, it was like out of all my grandparents, my world was gone. And uh, when we had our time together, it meant everything to me.
Yeah.
And him and me and my cousin Adrian had the strongest bonds with him, and especially me. My grandparents bonded closer with other grandkids, and
Yeah.
him and me, it was really strong. It was really close, and
Was this your dad's dad?
uh, my mom's stepdad,
Stepdad. Okay. Okay. Um.
and there were a lot of different things that we did together, and whether it be shooting guns on the range or
I was
camping.
gonna say it's something to do with outdoors because he's show or like kind of giving me impressions of like a mountain or a forest or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
forest, definitely.
forest. Okay.
We went to the river and different things.
Okay. Hold on a second. My daughter's got the TV up. She's distracting me. Aubrey, honey, I know you moved out to the living room, but you have to turn it down. Just because you came from your bedroom doesn't mean you can keep the TV up. All right, thank you. All right, sorry about that. Okay. So whenever you guys would do these things together, he's giving me an impression. It's like they don't speak in sentences to me. So it's kind of like symbols or impressions and kind of thing. It's almost like a picnic impression. Did your grandmother make food for you guys to take along with you?
Yeah,
Yeah? Okay.
you made the best food.
He's kind of like giving me the impression that you guys would have food that she made and you would take it with you.
Yeah, my oh yes.
Okay.
We would sit there and smoke food, he would smoke ribs and
Ooh.
chickens and oh my god, he had the best seasonings that he'd make from scratch.
Yummy. Yummy, yummy. Sounds delicious.
Yeah,
Did you guys ever do
and
fishing?
all the time.
Because he's specifically showing me, like, and this doesn't look like him in his wheelchair anymore, okay? This looks like a younger version of him with a fishing pole. And then I can
Yeah,
just tell that there's a little girl, not little, like 5 years old, just a younger girl
yeah,
in front of him, kind of like up and to the right of him.
yeah,
But I only see one girl, though. I'm not seeing any other kids. It's just one. And I'm guessing that's you. Did you guys ever go by yourselves?
yeah.
Just the two of you? Okay.
Yeah. We go down the river and collect shark's teeth and fish
Yeah.
and it's funny that you said picnic because my dad and him actually custom built some picnic tables for us to have at our
Aw.
campsite.
Nice. Okay, now I'm seeing like birds that you would shoot at. Not necessarily that you shot at them, just that there was birds that the kinds you would shoot at. What are those things? Ducks that fly
Uh,
up and you like shoot at them.
but it's probably because we did a lot of skeet shooting, the little
That's what I'm
blanks
talking
and
about. Yes, I didn't know what the word of it was, so I
yeah,
wasn't thinking it was not like shooting like a gun. It was just like just not like a
yeah,
shotgun, where you're like kind of thing. It was just something a
yeah,
little bit different. Yeah. But he's showing me that, showing me the birds that you would shoot at
yeah,
over like a field.
yeah,
Um, and the grass of the field doesn't look green. It looks kind of like tannish.
yeah. Probably the clay here in Texas.
Yeah. Let's see. Was there a pier or something that you guys would do something at?
Yeah.
He's showing me a pier.
Yeah, there's a pier down where I grew up in Naples, Florida, that we used to go out to, and we'd
Yeah.
go swim at the beach and stuff. And
My dad lives in Naples, Florida, actually.
yeah, that's where I'm originally from.
Yeah, he lives, he's a snowbird now, so he goes there in the summertime
Yeah.
at an RV resort there.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, that's where I was born and raised. I
yeah,
moved to Texas when I was 15.
it's very pretty there.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we used to go out to the pier there and just watch the sunsets and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Because he's not really telling me anything about it. It's just like he wants me to mention pier to you. But
Yeah.
he's
There was
not.
one time we were camping at night, and I remembered I rolled over into the sand, and there was a bunch of glowworms, and I was like, ooh!
I've never seen that. Oh, I don't know if I would be happy to see that or not. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Did you used to stay with them for like extended periods of time? So not just like stay the night once or twice, but like days at a time? Did you ever spend like yeah, okay.
Especially when I was pregnant, I took. I was staying with them for a month, I think.
Okay,
When I
because
first.
he definitely was showing me like sometime for some reason you had spent an extended amount of time with them. But I was gonna
Yeah,
say, did you used to do summer vacations or something with them? But then I remembered
yeah,
you said you lived in Naples with them, and it's not. It's now that you live in Texas, right?
yeah.
So I was thinking it was, he was giving me the impression that it was an extended period of time. So I was gonna say maybe it was like a summer vacation, but then I thought, well, that can't be right. So I just didn't even say that part of it. But it was definitely some extended period of time that you had stayed, is what he's giving me.
Right before it was kind of summerish time because it was right before I had my daughter. She was born June 30th, so it was like May
Oh,
or
okay.
something when I went.
So it would have been a summertime.
Yeah,
Okay. Was she born in Naples?
no, she was born here in Texas.
I
They
was just,
actually live
I was just
east of
curious.
me. Yeah.
He's telling me something about a grocery store. Was there a specific store that you guys used to go to and he would like get you candy, or maybe had food there or something?
We were at like Publix.
I mean, I live in Orlando, so I know about like Publix and stuff like that, but this
Yeah.
just seems like significant.
Really?
I think it's a almost so it doesn't seem like a Publix to me. It seems like smaller. Maybe a gas station that had food in it.
Might have been the general store out here where I live. A
Okay.
little tiny the general store.
Did he come to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sometimes
Because
for
I'm
sure.
getting that it's a store that wasn't like a big grocery store, like a Publix or a Walmart or something like that. It's like a smaller type of
Oh
store
yeah, okay.
that
Yeah. We
has
went.
food in it.
Yeah, there's like a. Well, I live in like a tiny. Like I went from big Naples to like 600 population, tiny small town in the middle of
Okay,
nowhere
I got
country.
you.
So, and we have this tiny little general store shut down years ago, but there was like this little grill in the back, little mom and pop kind of thing,
Oh, I
and like
was
they did
just gonna
burgers.
say, was it a mom and pop store? And I didn't
Yeah,
say mom and pop. I
yeah, it was
always
like
do this.
burgers and stuff like that in the
Yes,
back, and
because he was
pies and
giving me
stuff.
like it was like a mom and pop place, but I wasn't gonna say mom and pop. I was just saying it's a small store. But like
Yeah,
I do this to myself all the time. I'll hear words or see images, and then I won't say that. I'll just kind of be like say other things, and then somebody will say it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what I was thinking. Then it just sounds like
yeah,
I'm just agreeing. You know what I mean? It's like, but I swear I really did hear that.
yeah, yeah. That was it.
Let's see.
That had to be it, because that's. I mean, we'd go up there and get some burgers and stuff like that. And,
Did you have a your daughter already at this point?
no, I think. Well, she might have been a baby. I think the last time we went there, the rest before it shut down, maybe. But
Hmm. I don't know. There's something with candy. It's like, he's telling me there's the food there, but then there was also something, or about a treat of some sort. Do you have other children?
Uh-uh.
No. I'm not sure. Um, it's like he was getting something for somebody. It was like a candy or an ice cream or something that he would be getting specifically for somebody else. Maybe for your grandmother? Did she come with him?
I think so, but
I'm not sure why. I mean, it could just be I'm misinterpreting it. We'll just move past that part of it and see if he can get me to give me any more other information. But it's definitely something to do with that store, and it's very like not just food there, but like candy or treat or something of the sort. But let's see.
yeah, him and my dad always used to like connive and get like treats for the kids
Uh,
or something like all the younger ones. So
yeah,
there, I mean, there's got to be some kind of connection there, but
yeah,
I
maybe.
can't tell it specifically.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Do you live in a trailer?
It's not really. It wasn't really a trailer. It was like a. I mean, most people out here, they're like first glance, they're like, "Oh, it's in a trailer." I'm like, no. I mean, it's just kind of like a. It was a concrete slab, and then they kind of like added
Were there
on to
stairs
it.
to it?
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's like a loft kind of thing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of cabiny, but yeah,
Oh, okay. Because he's showing me like steps that would go up into.
yeah.
Okay. Did you have a screen door?
No,
Would anything maybe if they had lived in or anything like that would make sense to you? It's like steps that are leading up to, I'm guessing, a house of some sort, trailer or something. And it had like a screen door.
my grandparents that live on the lake by us have they have a trailer house that has a screen door.
Because he's showing me like he's looking through the screen door. Did he visit them when they came to when he came to town to see you or something?
Yeah, yeah, we do.
Do they have a dog or did they?
They used to, yeah.
It's kind of like he's showing me that he's going up to the door and there's a dog like excited to see him. Not necessarily specifically him, just that there's somebody there and the dog is excited to see him.
They never had any inside dogs, but
It's it's definitely that like there's the stairs and then the screen door. Did they have an animal at all that lived inside the house?
no, they
No,
never
this is
had
a
any.
dog. This is the dog specifically. Hold on, let me reground. Let me recenter here.
Now their house in Florida for a while there, they had a dog that was inside, and their house had steps that went up to it. Wasn't a trailer house, but their house uh, had steps going up to it with a screen door.
Okay.
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm. Is this the grandfather that knows about your psychic abilities?
My grandmother knows, maybe.
The one I'm talking, like, connected with?
No,
No.
he doesn't know.
Okay, because he's telling me that he does know. So in the spirit realm, they know things that they wouldn't have known in their physical form.
Well, that surprised me. He knew more about me than most people did here anyway.
Yeah.
So he probably knew here and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Because
Um,
honestly, like what mainly in the beginning solidified our bond basically was he first came in like so me and I guess kind of the backstory. My mom, I guess, had been unhappy for years in my dad's marriage, and basically was just either she was either home but not mentally there, or she wasn't there at all,
mhm.
and that went on from like when I was like 10 to 15 years old. But my dad and my mom's dad were always there for they were there all the time.
Mhm.
They saw things for what they were. My dad, of course, he took he had his own his own wonders and worry of what the hell's going on with my mom and everything like that.
Right. Yeah.
But for when my grandmother split from my grandfather, and then my step grandpa came into the picture when I was 11. For the next couple of years, he saw how my mom was with me, and it was either she was there and arguing with me over nothing,
Mm.
or was ignoring me or absent. And so, he counted, he'd sit there one day he invited me and my dad out to the campground, and, I was just having an emotional breakdown. He's like, sweet girl, I can't count how many times I've watched you sit there going, mom, mom, mom,
Mhm.
mom, 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 just, and she just completely oblivious.
Mm.
I mean, she's just not there. She's not. I mean, and he went on and explained what he saw, and he understood, and he understood me more than anybody.
Yeah.
Even I mean, and even how close me and my dad were, he saw things that nobody else did, and and I understood him
Mhm.
on a different level than most did, and it just our bond just really grew from that point.
Mhm.
And so excuse me. Yeah, when so honestly, like that in itself doesn't really surprise me, because he really knew me better than anybody.
Yeah. Well, whether he knew or said it in his physical form, he's telling me that he knows,
Yeah,
and he wants you to embrace it. It's almost like he's giving me the impression that I don't think he knew. I think he didn't really believe in this kind of stuff before he went to the spirit realm. It's almost like he's saying now that he's been there, he knows, and he
yeah,
wants you to know that you have this ability and embrace it and learn about it now so that you're not oblivious before you get there.
yeah,
And that's not me. Please don't think that that's me pushing any information on you, okay?
yeah,
You can believe whatever you want to believe, do whatever you want to do. That's not me saying that. He is specifically telling me that he's strongly kind of giving me this, that he didn't really believe in it or know about it or understand it in his physical form. But now
yeah,
that he's back in the spiritual realm, he wants you to know about it so you can find peace and comfort
yeah,
and also explore your abilities.
yeah.
He kind of chuckled a little bit there when I finished saying that. I don't know why. Okay, so he's basically telling me like that was his message for you. I feel like it's this connection is kind of slowly. So give me something to ask him so we can keep him here for a little bit longer. What would you like for me to ask him?
The only thing I ever wonder is, was he? I didn't call much towards the end,
Okay.
and I hope he forgives.
Yeah. So he's saying that he wishes that he could have talked to you more, but he doesn't hold it against you. So it's like he's not mad. He wishes he could have, but that it's okay. In a way of almost like if you had, somebody in your life that didn't reach out very often, but you knew they had legitimate reasons not to, you wouldn't be mad at them. It's kind of like that for him. He's just kind of like, of course, I would have loved to have spoken to you more before I passed, but I'm not upset about it. He says it's
Yeah,
okay that you didn't. Did you have a lot going on? He's kind of giving me this impression that there was something you were preoccupied with that you didn't really get a chance much to call.
I was wrapped up in a very abusive relationship,
Oh no.
and I had my head stuck up his belligerent drunk ass, and instead of doing what I needed to do
Yeah.
and walking away, I was focused on him instead of what I myself and
Yeah.
best for me and my daughter at the time.
Yeah. Unfortunately that happens. Don't feel terrible about yourself for that, okay? But he was giving me this impression that there was a reason why, and he's not mad at you for it. It wasn't just he's not telling me like, oh yeah, you just didn't care or you just didn't want to talk to him or something. It was like there was a specific reason why you couldn't or didn't reach out as much as you wanted to or used to or whatever. So it's okay. He would have loved to have spoken to you more, but it's okay. He's not upset with you about it. I don't know if this is something you already do or you've thought about doing, but he wants you to do some things with your daughter that you used to do with him. It's like a sentimental thing for him.
Okay.
It's like almost like he's focusing on fishing. Was that like one of your favorite activities you guys did together of all of them? Okay, because he's focusing on the fishing and he's like showing me he wants you to do that with her.
Yeah,
Kind
and
of
I've been doing that a lot lately with her.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's why he's telling me. Not that necessarily he wants you to start. It's just like you already are and he wants you to keep doing that.
Yeah.
It's sentimental for him. So the words that I'm hearing are smart, brave, beautiful, courageous, which would be brave as well, right? Are those things that your daughter are? I feel like he's
Yeah.
talking about your daughter.
Yeah.
Wait, is she. This is kind of funny. My daughter is. Is she kind of sassy a little bit?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Because I think he's describing to me things about her that he knows so that you can hear how he feels about her. That is, she's smart, brave, courageous, sassy. Is she in elementary school? He's like really proud of. Does she make straight A's or something? Is there something good that she does in school?
She's making pretty good
Because
grades.
he's very proud of that. He's saying smart and then also like almost like showing me what a report card would look like with really good grades. These are just images that are given to me.
I mean,
So,
she's been getting herself in a little trouble here lately, but she's
uh-oh.
making good grades.
Okay. So, I mean, he's proud of her grades at least.
Yeah.
I don't know about anything else, but that he's definitely saying that.
Yeah.
Hmm. Does she play a game or something on like a computer or something?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because he's like he kind of finds it funny and impressive because someone's like, I could never do that, ha ha, how these kids are so smart they can do this
Right.
these days.
Yeah. Yeah, so go on there and download games and just
Yeah,
like, I
mine
know what
too.
to do. Yeah. I'm
Mm.
like,
I know she's on this Roblox or whatever it is and she's always like, Mom, come play. I'm like, no, I don't want to
right.
play that. No thanks. Not my type of thing.
Oh
Oh
god. And
gosh.
then the watching videos of people playing Roblox or Minecraft, and it's like,
Why?
just play it yourself.
I know. I'm the same with her. That's so
What are you
funny.
doing?
Uh, let's see. Okay. This seems like it's about to get a little more emotional. However, he's telling me that you are kind of unhappy, almost sad. Did you just come out of this relationship that was the problem?
Pretty recent, I guess, yeah.
Because it feels like some sort of relationship emotion. Not just like you lost your job and you're sad or something like that. This strongly feels like he sees that you're hurting and he wishes he could help you. And he goes, because I would.
Yeah. I mean, it was last September, and funny enough, I actually pressed charges today.
Oh.
at the sheriff's office because he's been stalking me pretty much since September. So
Mm,
it's been a process.
yeah. Can only imagine.
Yeah, we dated almost 2 years, and in the end, when I finally left, is when he was he had a drinking problem, and at first it was just fun and games, not too excessive, but then it became excessive, and then it was manhandling me when he was drunk, and then me walking away, and then me ultimately when I decided to leave I, uh, he was blocking doorways. I was pushing my way through to grab my things. He's throwing things out of my hands, and then I shoved my way through, and then he slapped me and a few other things. And then, my mom happens to be a detective, so I call her, and I'm
Well,
like,
of
get over
course.
here. She calls the sheriff's office as to not jeopardize her job and affect anything.
Yeah.
So she worked for the local PD, and she's like, I don't need this, blah, blah, blah. So it was a. Of course, I didn't say anything about him hitting me till after. So I was like, I just want my stuff in to get out of this situation because,
Mhm.
of course, apparently I didn't learn the first time because, funny enough, 2 years prior, I had spent 3 years with which. Okay, so backstory: I was with somebody, got pregnant, left him 3 months pregnant. Then when my daughter was about 5 months old, the biological father was never in the picture. He ditched out. He didn't care, whatever. But when my daughter was 5 months old, I met this guy. He happened to be a cop. We dated for about a year and a half, and then he asked me to marry him. Well, as soon as we, got married, went from good guy to monster, and like a flip of a switch. And
Mm,
then it was, manipulation and turned into a complete narcissist and, started throwing shit at me and yelling at me. And then my mental state was so not myself anymore. And I was going through a bunch of health issues. I mean, the doctors were saying, you have Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, da 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 da, until they decided to tell me what I actually had.
mhm.
And uh, then he decided one day to pick up my kid and spank her, and it left bruises on my kid for about a week. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I got the hell out of there, and I was like, "You're
Ooh.
lucky to be alive."
I just
And
got chills.
yeah,
Mama
it
bear.
yeah, I told him straight up that night, like I was like, you were half a heartbeat from being slaughtered,
Yeah,
dude. I hope you
seriously.
understand that. I just got my kid, I got my car, I got the hell out of there. I was like, oh, and at first, my mental state at the time was like, he's a cop, nobody's gonna believe me,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
so it was a shit show to say the least. But I got out of there, I got divorced. And he wanted to sit there. Even though everything we literally owned was given to me by my family, I was just like, he's sitting there throwing a fit because I was gonna take my stuff, and I'm
Oh
like,
gosh.
what? I have me, I have my daughter. You have everything. I don't
Yeah,
care. I was
exactly.
like, I'm not gonna fight you for it. I fought
No.
enough.
No.
So, but then lo and behold, a year and a half later, whatever, I'm dating this other guy, and then and it turns out the way it does, and now I'm back in the parents, starting over. But you know what? I have built my credit up over the last 7 months. Bought my first car. I'm
Good for
got a new
you.
job. I'm getting promoted to assistant store manager. I'm still struggling mentally and physically, but I'm doing my best to turn things around.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You're
I just
you're doing pretty good though. I mean, it sounds like you're doing a really good job.
yeah,
And
I'm just trying to flip the switch on myself for now.
yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. But he did say, like, he's telling me that you were hurting. That was his thing that he was going with there. He knows you're
Yeah.
hurting, but
Between my health, work, home, it's been a mess lately.
yeah.
Trying to get things back on track, but it's been a struggle for sure. I've had a lot of emotional days. I started taking my medicine like we discussed the other day.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a little more leveled out. So
Good. Good, good, good. Definitely keep doing that.
yeah, so, yeah, definitely been struggling.
Yeah. He knows that too. Do you want me to ask him anything else?
No,
Yeah,
just the fact that I know he's still with me, he's still watching over me.
absolutely.
He
Yeah,
knows he knows I love him. And
he does.
he's there.
I'm gonna see if he'll give me something that you might have noticed recently. Has there been something that's happened recently where you were like, "Wow, could that have been my grandfather?" Where you thought maybe it was a sign from him?
I would do every day if he's sending me a sign.
Yeah.
Right? He's still, he's there.
I feel like there's one that is repetitive. It's like one that he uses the most. I'm not seeing what it is, but it's like he shows you signs, but there's one thing that he does more often than most. And it's almost like he's like, she'll know, but he's not telling me what. I feel like it has something to do with numbers, though.
Is it that 15 that I keep saying that I told you about?
It could be. I mean, it very well could be. Just because the number might mean something other than this is your grandfather, it could still just be showing you signs that way.
Because it just, I don't know. It's crazy because, like, I was just laying there the other night and then, I sat there and I was like, every day, like, for a while now, it's like anytime I look at my phone and my battery's low, it's every time it's
Mm-hmm.
like,
15.
and I'm like,
That's crazy. Yeah, I know. I see that.
why is it 15
Ones
every time?
ones are literally like multiple times a day for me. Multiple times a day.
Yeah. And
Um,
see, and it's funny because it almost reiterated everything you had said
yeah.
from the meeting, and I was just like,
Right.
what?
Actually, you know what though? That makes so much more sense now. That is the number he shows you because of the meaning behind it. He wants you to remember what I said in a minute ago. He wants you to embrace those abilities. That's why you're seeing that number. He's showing you those numbers to learn the lesson that you need to embrace those abilities. That's what it is. So definitely research it, look into it, learn as much as you can. Like I said, I showed you a bunch of stuff from Pinterest. All you have to do is search up, psychic abilities, how to develop them, mediumship connections. You can just look up clairvoyancies. There's different forms, there's different steps. Um, and you may not be a medium. You may not do the things that like I do. You may not be able to connect to past loved ones. You may have other psychic abilities.
Yeah.
Um, but and you could have that too. It's just all about learning how to develop them because you already have them. It's very adamant about that.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm like, whoa!
What happened?
I'm sitting in the parking lot. I realized I need to start driving home.
Oh.
In my mind today.
um,
Oh,
but I don't. I think he is going actually. I think he's slipping away. That's why I asked you if you had anything else you wanted to ask him.
no. The only thing I could think of was if since he passed, I've been writing in a journal
Mm-hmm.
to him. Basically, I write notes to him and my thoughts and prayers to
Yeah.
him,
Mhm.
and I just always kind of wondered if he knew. So
He's okay, so he knows that you do it, but he doesn't read it. He hasn't read them. Like, you don't, do you ever leave it open, or do you just close it and set it aside?
I close it, set it
He's
aside.
like, I know she does it, I can't read it.
Oh, never thought of that.
So, yes, he knows, but don't close it so he can read them. Like, maybe once a day, after you've written it or something, just leave it open on your bedside table or wherever it is that you could normally sit it. You fold it up and set it.
Yeah.
Just leave it open for him.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's, yeah, because he's like ready to go now. He's saying thank you, and
Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, okay, yeah. Now he's gone. He went back to the spirit realm. So I'm glad I was able to connect to him for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And yeah, and if you keep having any questions about these abilities and stuff like that, feel free to reach out to me. I may, I can give you some information that I know, but I may also